Well, I did it again. I started working before I realized that y'all were waiting for an update. Here we are, working on the 3 rams. As you can see, I'm polishing them up. Polishing them up like this, getting them ready for painting. First, I'm wire wheeling them off with a combination of various wire wheels. Then I'm gonna brake clean them. This one's empty already. Then I'm going to paint them with some black primer, and then I'll paint them with flat black. I would do glossy black, except I have flat black, so I'm going to do flat black. Now let me show you the other bits. Here we see the other bits. Well, the arm has been painted for a while. I still haven't fixed that label on, but I'll get around to that. Here's the main body, which has been painted now. I did run out of paint, so I have 1 coat on the inside and a thin coat on the outside, and I have a spray bottle to go over and touch up. There's still a lot more paint that needs to be done at the bottom, and we'll see whether I use truck liner or truck bed liner or something like that at the lower bits, or we'll see. But the first step is, now that this is more or less ready for reassembly, let me finish the rams, which are back there, and then get all the parts out of the evaporust, cleaned up, and start reassembly. Alrighty, tiny update. Well, I've got everything cleaned with brake cleaner, scraped it all down with the wire wheel, and then I wiped it down with turpentine to get off the most of the gunk, and then I did a final wash down with brake cleaner because that washes off the turpentine, which is kind of dirty, and all the other stuff, and gets it ready and dries off really quick. So the next step is going to be painting. However, I do have a small issue, and I'm going to see if you can see it right here. See that seal? The gasket right against the ram. So this is the ram, and as it goes in, it has to slide past a little gasket right there. You see how cracked it is? That's not good. That might be why this thing was sitting for so long. And you see also how this is kind of reamed out, which indicates that somebody tried to get this open and wasn't able to. All of that goes to say that it is highly likely that these rams are highly leaky. What they should look like is that. You see how nice that bushing is? That's a nice bushing right there. Yeah. That's a nice looking bushing. This one also is pretty shot. So it's missing a lot even. So yeah, a lot of bad bushings here. Probably the reason for this not quite being a working machine when I bought it, which is of course the gamble that you take. These bushings are supposedly easy to redo. I've watched videos on YouTube on how to redo bushings, but you need a good clean place, and it's much easier to do when you have all the parts and you have all the tools and everything lined up. And I believe a place that does this regularly will be able to do it much faster and much better than me. So I'm going to take it down to them, and hopefully they'll be able to do it. Well, following up on the portion of the stuff that I'd soaked in evaporust, I'm now, after many weeks, taking it out of said evaporust. You know, evaporust is just beautiful stuff. It smells fine. I mean, it smells fine. It doesn't smell bad to me, at least. And it's completely non-toxic. And yet, it does that. Look at that. Beautiful. No rust. This was a crusty piece of something. Now I am going to have to clean all these pieces off. I'm putting them in there to drain a little bit more of my precious evaporust back. This piece also was covered with rust. It does blacken the parts. I'm not sure what exactly that black bit is, but apparently that just washes right off. What else did I do? Oh yeah, this thing. Oh, interesting. It has some sort of reaction with the grease, because there was some oil in here. You're supposed to degrease the parts, and I did as much as possible, but I couldn't get everything. Anything that was greasy really wasn't rusty, but the parts that weren't greasy were rusty. Beautiful. Like new. Look at that. Smooth. No rust pits. Rust is all gone. Beautiful. Evaporust is just amazing. Highly recommended. I'm going to just get all the stuff out and I'll show you what I'm doing with it. And now let's look at the results of Evaporust. Here you can see a plate that has not been soaked in Evaporust. That's what everything was like, this included. Nice shiny metal now. I'm soaking everything in the sun, or well, drying everything in the sun so that I can go and spray some WD-40 on everything once it's dry, and then hopefully prevent further rust now that it's clean. Evaporust does put a protective film on it, which I guess I removed by washing everything, but there was a little too much gunk and stuff. It all needed to be washed anyway. There you have it. Evaporust for the win. Not sponsored. Evaporust, think about it. Back to the mudroom. I'm just going to take these plates, drop them into the Evaporust, and let them sit for a few weeks. This convenient little basket, which I'm going to use for the small bits, which I didn't do last time, but I probably should have. Anyway, put all these bits in there. Come on, there we go. And that. Dunk this in there. Yeah, there we go. It does sink down because it's weighted. And I'm gonna, this is not gonna fit wholly, but I'm just gonna put one side in for now. Come back and turn it around, put the other side in, get it nice and clean and paint it afterwards. All right, well, I'm about done for the day. I've got everything primed with this lovely red oxide Valspar primer. Finally found what it is. It's Valspar Anti-Rust Primer. I also took some of the parts that you saw me earlier clean out from the Evaporust, and I've now painted what are going to be the unoiled surfaces of those, or primed actually, and the rest of it I have sprayed with WD-40. Yes, that's WD-40. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of mildly interesting. Hope it's been at least mildly interesting, and I hope I bring something more interesting next time. Have a great day.